Tonight in Q Weekly, it's episode 3 of Queer Soap Satire, I Can't Even Think Straight. We talk to community artist Jane Kent and see some new millennium live action from rock icons Kiss. Hi once again, we're back through the Lavender Lens looking at part 3 today of I Can't Even Think Straight. And hello again to Dean Francis. Hi.
Hi, how are you going?
You're getting sick of coming back here every week, aren't you?
That's right, it's a long journey.
It's a long drive, yeah. Now, was I Can't Even Think Straight always envisaged as a web-based production, or did you actually try and get any mainstream interest in it here in Australia from a TV network or company?
Well, the sort of intended end aim, and it still is, would be to get it on, network television or cable television. Possibly not in Australia because there isn't that much of a market as far as, there's only 4 broadcasts or something, but overseas. And we always thought that the web would be an excellent sort of segue into that.
Yep.
And through the web, what we've been able to do is to get it out there fairly widely around the world, and get this sort of interest and generate this feedback, and then we've sort of got a good case to sort of take to a network and a broadcaster.
Sure.
Which we're in the process of doing that, to say this thing's got legs, this thing's got sort of heat and stuff. But it's certainly the internet thing did influence the way that we shot it, because you notice that a lot of the shots are static shots, and action happens within a frame which doesn't move, and that's because on the internet, static shots come up at a better resolution than shots with lots of movement because of the compression.
Yes, for all of us with the old phone line connections. Yes,
that's right.
yes,
so it's able to be colourful and accessible on anyone's modem.
Indeed. I noticed you got Channel 7 on board in terms of sets and what have you. Was that difficult? Were they happy to come on board, or was they need some convincing?
No, they were very supportive from the word go. Very, I suppose, excited to see young people out there making their own TV, and helped us out a great deal, and we're very grateful to Channel 7.
Good stuff. Good to see them come on board. So yeah.
In fact, I should just point out that the entire, especially the gay community, were all very supportive, and there's a long list of sponsors who donated clothes and wardrobe and hair things and dry cleaning and everything, because everyone was so keen to get behind this project and see it come to the screen.
Excellent, excellent. So you didn't get too much of the cultural cringe element from the gay community?
At the start we did, yes. A little bit. I mean, we tried to get it up through community TV in the first instance, and there was, I think, this sort of sense of, I'm not sure, this scepticism about it wouldn't work, it'd be too difficult, too confrontational, blah, blah, blah. So that was when we took it away, and we thought, damn it, we're just going to do it anyway. And but I mean, beyond that, once people saw it was in motion, then everyone was right behind it.
So we could have had it here on Channel 31. Is that what you're telling me?
You have it now.
We do.
Full circle.
But we could have slogged our guts out making it for you.
You could have worked on the crew.
Oh, wow. Now, Carla, I've got to talk about Carla, your housekeeper.
Yes.
Was that like your warped envisagement of Alice from the Brady Bunch, or...?
Sort of an inversion of Alice. I think in the Brady Bunch, Alice is sort of the warped one. Carla is the only person who's... Well,
she was going out with Sam, for Christ's sake, let's face it.
Well, that's true. She sort of has that kind of kooky...
A man who handles sausages for a living. Well,
indeed.
Got to ask you anyway.
Got to raise eyebrows about that. But no, Carla was sort of an inversion of the psychotic thing. Carla's the only one, really, who's not psychotic. She has normal expectations about the way people would react in an everyday world. But she just doesn't seem to be able to realise that everyone is psychotic, and hence that's her downfall. She cannot understand the nature of people she has to exist with.
Bless her heart. I know the feeling, anyway.
She's totally on a different wavelength, and the backstory to her character is actually quite interesting, because she used to drive a poodle wash van. She has a poodle wash service, washing people's poodles, and she drove it through a highway bridge that was in construction, and the poodles in the back of the van all kind of spewed out of the van and landed actually in the concrete, and the concrete set around these and that's how Snowy came to have his accident.
Oh,
Snowy got a band.
yes.
Snowy was the only survivor. And of course, at the time, a solicitor across the other side of the world in New York happened to have an accident which was similar, and their brains got fused, and then, of course, Snowy took on the mind of this crazy solicitor.
God. It's almost a sci-fi sort of twist, that, isn't it?
Well, in the forthcoming episodes that we're planning still to make, there is a strong alien component. Greg, Carla, and Snowy all conspire, and there's a big alien takeover of the local community. So.
Goody. That's fascinating. It's getting like the Colbys, isn't it? With what's her name getting abducted by UFOs. Here it comes, episode 3 of I Can't Even Think Straight.
Ladies, once again I have the pleasure of being your spiritual guide on the road to perfect beauty. And my office door is always open, and should you ever need a little, shall we say, extra...
Hi. My name's Carla James, and this is my cat, Snowy. We're here for the beauty pageant, and I hope we're not too late.
Carla, is it?
That's right. Carla James.
Miss James, are you addressing me with your best side?
Yes, this is my best side.
Just as I thought, Carla James. If I wanted people like you to enter, I would have called it an ugliness pageant. And that goes for anyone else who decides to be ugly. Now get out and take that mangy cat with you. I think the science club's doing some animal experiments down the corridor. You can drop it off there.
Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Oh, Mr. Buzza, I just want to say thanks for the class.
Alice, it's okay. I understand.
Oh.
How about my office at 4 tomorrow?
Really? What for?
Hey, on your bikes. Extra tuition. You do want to win, don't you?
Of course I do.
Good. Then I'll see you in my office at 4, eh?
Sure. Thanks, Mr. Buzza.
Right. You know, Snowy, I just had the best jog. It felt so fast. So very fast. But, you know, I just can't stop chewing. You got any gum?
Hey, Dr. Fielding, it's great to see you getting that fat ass of yours some recreation.
Ah, it was recreational, all right. I just got a shipment of special pharmaceuticals in at the surgery. They're great. Here, you want some?
Does Benjamin Netanyahu eat gefilte fish? What?
Great, just great. But, you know, it's nice to get away from those nutcase mental patients.
I wouldn't count on that.
Hey, Dr. Fielding. I hate my life. And I want to die.
Well, Carla, I'd help you if I could, but, you know, since the review board hearing, I'm really not supposed to prescribe any lethal pharmaceuticals.
But, Dad, Carla was told that she was too ugly to be considered for the pageant.
Oh, that's a rough one. Oh, well, okay, then. Here, take at least 18 of these and go lie down on a plastic sheet somewhere.
Thanks, Dr. Fielding.
Hey there, happy family. Guess what? I'm getting extra tuition from Mr. Buzza, the head judge at the beauty pageant tomorrow. Well, congratulations, hon. I'm going to be Miss Local Community in no time.
I knew we could count on you to slut yourself around just like your mother.
Well, it's all thanks to you, Dad. Eric's going to be mine in no time, so Corey won't get his grubby hands on him.
That's the way, Alice.
Mom, Dad, I've got something to say. I entered the school beauty pageant today as well. And I think the whole thing's a bit unhealthy. All those people being told they're not good enough to enter, it can't be good for their self-esteem. And, well, I think that you're being irresponsible parents.
Hey, Corey, those are pretty strong words for a little man. I know at your age it may not seem fair, but us adults have to look at the big picture. Have you ever heard of Darwin's theory of evolution?
No, Dad.
Well, kids, in a nutshell, it goes like this. The talented people float to the top, and the slimy, no-good people sink to the bottom and eventually die. And what Carla's discovering, unfortunately, is that she's one of the slimy, no-good people.
And
Surely it's better she finds it out before she tries to do something with her life.
Yeah, Mom, I guess.
Well, that's what growing up is all about, kiddo.
Really?
Sure. Hey, have you got any gum?
What?
Oh, and another thing. Do anything to spoil Alice's special day, and you'll be doing your work experience as an electroshock therapy patient.
Ever wondered if Corey is as gay as that in real life? Or whether I'm really a solicitor trapped inside a cat's body? Now, all the gory behind-the-scenes secrets are revealed in the internationally acclaimed mockumentary Crazy Richard. Get your own copy of the exclusive DVD and see Crazy Richard and I Can't Even Think Straight, complete, uncut, and uncensored. Fuck you.
Do you enjoy Bent TV? Do you watch it regularly? Or do you sometimes feel just watching isn't quite enough? Well, then join us on the other side of the screen and volunteer for Bent TV. Help us make queer TV and have lots of fun on the way. You could work behind the camera on location or in the studio. Work with the gallery crew as a vision mixer, director, videotape operator or audio engineer. Make great friends and become part of the Bent TV family. They help bring interesting people and fun events into the homes of Melbourne. We want you.
If you'd like to get involved with Bent TV, give us a call on 9517 0125 or drop us an email to feedback@benttv.org.au. Leave us your contact details, we'll get in touch with you and advise you the time, date and location of our next shoot. If you don't have any experience, don't let that put you off, as all training will be provided. We hope to see you soon at the studio.
Will you be there?
Hi, I'm Val Lehman and you're watching Bent TV, and so you should be.
I'm so pleased to introduce to you Jane Kent and her artwork. Hi, Jane.
Hi, Harriet. How are you today?
Oh, this evening I'm really well, and I'm looking at your work, and I'm quite taken aback with the brilliance and radiance of the colours.
Thank you.
I mean, what was the concept behind these pieces of art?
Well, there's quite a lot of layers of concepts. One of them is a very complicated one to do with Lacanian psychoanalysis. Another is to do with colour and the power of colour in painting. And it's 50%, it's worth 50% of my PhD, so it's got lots of different meanings and layers of meanings.
How long have you been doing art? When did you do it? Just tell me all about Jane Kent, the secret Jane Kent.
Well, I started at 8 years old in the mountains of Tasmania, wanting to be an artist and learning watercolour from an old man, who would be very old now, Bill Fury, and we used to go out and do watercolours and landscapes and so on. Then I went to art school in Tassie, and grew up a bit more and went back to art school in the 70s in Adelaide. Then I went around and did performance art and all those kind of things that, as you do when you're, going into your 30s, your 20s and 30s, and then I felt in the 1990s that I wanted to return to painting, so I started doing etchings, which brought me back to two-dimensionality, and I also was studying Lacanian psychoanalysis at the same time. And language, I feel, has always been important to me, particularly coming from the left and the women's movement and all of that with consciousness raising. And I always felt that there was something wrong with language. So there's undercurrents behind language that splits the person from what they're saying. And so that led me eventually back to two-dimensionality and then to colour. And the notion is that colour has the power to create a state of ecstasy for a person looking at a painting. That's the basic project that I'm working on. I think these paintings have brought lots of aspects of my life together, like my lesbianism can be seen in the very fact that it's rainbows, and in fact I think the painting that's over there that has got a big pink triangle right in the middle, and I noted that one of the men from Vintage Men who came to my opening was quite taken with that, and of course there are gay connotations with the rainbow, but I also work as a clairvoyant, and there are mystical connotations with this, and the whole notion of ecstasy when you look at colour, and even the healing of colour, is very important on the mystical side of the paintings as well. And the project about ecstasy is linking the ecstasy that somebody who experiences mystical or mediumistic experiences, linking that with the experience that a viewer has when they look at colour in painting. So it's actually, if you like, a psychoanalytic theory that's working through the paintings that links up ecstasy with all different kinds of people. What I'm trying to say with the colour is that a person, as well as the artist, a person coming and looking at the painting can explore creatively themselves and get as much out of the painting or more than the artist in that relation. And that colour does that work.
I have a sense of what you're saying, although you're the expert and you definitely know what you're saying, talking about. Shall we talk about the colours and which ones kind of coincide with certain parts of our body?
Well,
do you see colour that way at all?
I certainly do. And with the chakras, the rainbow comes up. So from the root of the spine, the base of the spine is red, and then orange, yellow, green, turquoise, blue, this midnight blue here on the third eye, and then into the red. The red violets here. So the higher chakras are in all the reds and the red violets and the blue violets all around the head area. And with this one, I was saying before about the vintage guy from Vintage Men pointing out the pink triangle in the middle here. Yes. That's where the highest part is around the crown chakra. And what I've done is I've put all that in the centre. Usually in a rainbow you have the red on the inside, or variations anyway, depending on how many rainbows there are. But I really wanted to have all the higher chakras in the middle, like drawing people into the middle.
Yeah. Jane, where can people contact you? Have you got...
Yes.
What can they see? Can they see your artwork on email or computers?
Yes, or send them on email. I could send them images. My mobile number, that's probably the best, would you say, mobile, 0438 411 441.
And if by email,
yes,
what is that?
JKENT1, that's the number 1 right up beside the T, JKENT1 at VTown, that's V for very good, TOWN.com.au.
Thank you so much for sharing your artwork. It's certainly amazing, and we'll probably hear and see more of you in future time, Jane, I should imagine.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again to Q Music. Once again, proudly sponsored by our great friends at Shock Records. If you'd like to check them out, have a look and see on shock.com.au. They've been a fantastic supporter of Bent TV and of course here at Q Music. Now I'm going to give you a clue so you can try and guess what artist I'm going to be talking about, and of course then we'll have a look at the film clip. Any guess at all? Of course, that's right, it's Kiss. Sorry, that was a bit sad. A bit Maori apparently I've been told I look like. I'm not though, so don't worry. Now, Kiss has been around with us since about 1972. They've had some fantastic recording albums, and they've also had a bit of a go with Marvel Comics. I don't know if you know that or not. They had their own comic book for a little while in association with, I think it might have been Kiss Kills the Phantom or something like that. No, I don't know. But they did have their own comic books out. Now, the music clip we're going to look to tonight is for their Naughties, which we're in at the moment, seeing 1972, I wasn't even born yet, and it's called Black Diamonds. It's not a bad film clip. It's certainly something that's along the lines of Kiss with a little bit of what we're listening to at the moment. So it's new. It's a new genre that they're moving into. Now, once again, the makeup's absolutely fantastic. It would certainly take on some of our drag queens here that we see at Melbourne that we've come to know and love. Anyway, enough from me. Let's have a look at the film clip. Here's Kiss. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Out on the street for a living, pictures all that we got.